Hi, I'm AJ and this is Station Saturday. Alright, well welcome guys, come on in, we'll give you a tour around Station 18. So this is our main entryway, guest bathroom. As you come in here, so we're on shift for 48 hours at a time for 2 days straight. So we live here for those 2 days. So we have everything that anybody else would have at at your house. So we've got a kitchen over here that has all of our essentials that we need to cook for 2 days at a time for all 7 of us. So we have the ladder truck, the medic unit, and the safety officer. So we have 7 people that we cook lunch and dinner for on the first day, and then brunch and dinner for on the second day. So as you can see, we've got 3 separate fridges, A, B, and C shift. Obviously we're C shift right now. Industrial grade coffee maker. This is the most important part of any fire station, is it has to be make enough coffee for all day, every day. You come on into the dining room area. We actually only use this for lunches. Station 18 C shift, we have a tradition where we use TV trays in the recliners for our dinner time. So something unusual that somebody started and we just continue the tradition with. So, but yeah, you can take a look at our dining room table. Is the Pierce blueprint for ladder 18 or tower 18 from Pierce manufacturer, and then just some various memorabilia for throughout Littleton Fire, South Metro Fire, before the merge. We've got all the pictures from some friends and loved ones that we've lost throughout the time. So we got Chief Christ, Cody Mooney, Deputy Zach Parrish, and then just some other kind of stuff. Taking it out to what we call our veranda. This is where we typically spend our mornings on day 2. If we have time, if we don't have training or if we're not running calls, this is where we sit and enjoy our morning cup of coffee. So we have a Traeger smoker and a grill. These get used pretty much every single day. There's usually not a time that we're not grilling something or barbecuing something, or we typically use the smoker all the time. We got a lot of guys that cook a lot of really good stuff being at a fire station. So that Traeger gets used, as you can tell from the worn patinaed look, quite frequently. This is where we enjoy our mornings on the second day if it's nice enough outside. And then here's where we spend our time relaxing and doing training. These are the well-worn recliners. We also do video conferencing. We've got a camera and audio set up here so that if we're going to do teleconferencing, especially with the COVID measures in place, we're doing a lot of teleconferencing just like the rest of the world is right now. So we're keeping our social distancing and separation, and still able to engage in our training that we need to maintain our credentials and certifications, and just stay up to date with what's going on around the district. We've got our FDNY. So this was actually saved from one of the structure fires that we were on, and it's a landscape of the Twin Towers. And as we were overhauling the building, or overhauling the building after the fire, somebody wiped this down and found the picture of the Twin Towers there, so we had it framed and saved. So, and then here's the TV trays. We use these for dinner time every night, at least on C shift. I think the other shifts do too, but that's for us. It's kind of our, we call it family time. So we'll have family time around the TV, and we'll cook our meal, and everybody will come out here and sit in their recliners and eat dinner, and that's where we kind of catch up on the day's events and relax a little bit. So these are all prior to the South Metro Littleton merge. So these are unit citations for specifically for crews that were out of Station 18, just for recognition for meritorious events or calls or cardiac arrest saves. Station 18, we are located right here in Highlands Ranch, right off of Broadway and Lucent. We cover the Highlands Ranch area. That's why our mascot is the Highlanders. As you can tell from, we've also got it up there and on the truck. So we are in Battalion 1 with South Metro, so there's 5 battalions. So we are the only truck company that covers basically the whole southwest side of South Metro's district. Station 18 on C shift actually was one of the first crews that responded to the STEM school shooting last year. So a huge outpouring of support from the STEM community. They came by and a bunch of students and teachers and family members signed this poster for us. So this is where we take care of all of our administrative duties. This is paramedic Nick McKibben and firefighter Lieutenant in Training Charlie Danberg. So this is where we do catch up with our emails, do any of our online training, any of our administrative paperwork that we have to get done, or sit around and talk.
How's the tour going?
All right, so we'll take you on out to the bays from here. We'll just do a big loop, I guess, and come around. Tower 18, I believe you've done a Fleet Friday on that already, so we don't need to go into that, but that's just our entryway to come in and out, and this is the bay area that we stash the medic unit, the tower, and then we are also a wildland specific house, so we have a brush truck that we can use to respond on wildland fires. We also have a wildland specific pickup truck and the safety officer's vehicle. Brush truck, brush 18, this is where we keep all of our wildland stuff, so if we do get a wildland call or a forest fire, a brush fire, anything like that, we'll grab our radios and equipment off of the ladder truck, run over here, put on our wildland specific PPE, and hop in the brush truck. Bunker gear, so everybody has their own locker. We also have multiple lockers because of all the extra equipment that we need for the wildland specific training that we have and all the wildland equipment. So being a brush truck and a wildland house, we all have what we call our red bags packed and ready to go, so that if we do have to leave on short notice, we have change of clothes, medications, some food, extra clothing or extra gear that we need to wear for the wildland fire, tent, sleeping bags, sleeping pads, and everything to sustain us for at least up to 2 days that we might be out on a short-term incident locally. We also staff guys that go across the country, so they can be deployed usually between 14 and 21 days. So you'll hear these called 14-day bags or red bags, and we have enough stuff in there to basically keep us sustained personally for 14 to 21 days. Cool. Well, and this is cart one. So this is set up for special events, either parades or any type of event, any community events that might be going on. Also with the cart and the bikes, our bike medics can use it, or we can use it to get into some areas that our larger vehicles can't get to perform rescues, either on some of the Colorado backcountry trails or just in some areas that are harder to access. So we have some other methods to get to people so we can help them. Cool. So this is our what we call our wildland pickup rig. So this is either for our wildland team members that go out as what we call a single resource. So if they're getting called just to go out as one person instead of on a truck itself, they will take this rig. That way they have their own mobility and transportation. Or if we get a larger incident, like we just had the Chat Ridge 2 fire, we have guys that can come in from off shift or from other parts of the district and pick this rig up. This hose cart is actually one of the original 2 hose carts from Littleton Fire. They don't know the exact date, but they know that it came from either 1896 or 1902 and was used up until the 20s and 30s. And then it was actually used in parades and community events for races. So hence why it's kind of beat up and been re-put back together. So we're currently in the process. We got a team of guys that are actually working on rehabbing this to get it into parade or display condition so that we can actually put it in our new station that's being built, Station 20. So it will have a new actual full display for it, and it'll be rehabbed in parade condition. This is Safety 18's rig. What the safety officer's responsibility is, we have 2 across the district, Safety 35, Safety 18. Their job is to respond on any of the major incidents that we have and act as that third set of eyes that we, kind of that bigger picture, to step back and see what hazards might be around that we don't see, that we are too task oriented and too in-depth into what we're doing. They can step back and make sure that we're not doing something that might be too hazardous. They also keep an eye out for the civilians that might be on scene to just give us that big picture look and help us to mitigate any potential risk that we might have that we can avoid. So here what we have is our cleaning station. So with COVID-19 going on, we have special PPE that we've been wearing to help mitigate our risk of transmission and not catching it, because we do interact with COVID patients quite frequently. So we have these special masks with filters that filters out any potential risk that we might have for inhaling COVID. One of the issues we worry about is cross-contamination, so every shift that we come on, we have a disinfectant that is made specifically to kill COVID-19, and so we disassemble the entire mask and all of its parts and soak it in that for 10 minutes. That way, if we do have any kind of exposure, the oncoming crew is not also being exposed to it. And then we have a good selection of them so that everybody on the crew can have one. If we get a patient that coughs on us or we get a really sick patient, we can come back and grab a clean one, change it out, and disinfect the other one. We're taking our temperatures and tracking them every single morning when we come in. If one of us has a fever, we have to go home just in case, so we don't, again, cross-contaminate and get anybody else sick. So we're going through a lot of the same measures that the rest of the world is currently going through as first responders. This is Lieutenant Stevens, our safety officer for C shift. This is his magnificent corridor. So, and again, we got another picture of Chief Jackson in memoriam of him. And then his bed is Lieutenant Stevens' bed is tucked behind. That is our impromptu bedroom, because this wasn't a bedroom to begin with. Back in the loop, so same entrance that this gets us back out into the bays. So if we have a call in the middle of the night, we can go out either direction. We got 3 bathrooms that all 6 of us share, actually 7 because Taylor shares us with us. And then we'll go into our rooms. All the rooms are set up pretty much the same. So we've got our lockers. We got 3 sets of lockers, obviously one for each shift. Bed, and then we have our first in system that we have in every single room. And so this gives us the ability to change the volume of how the alerts for our calls will come through here. So if we ever get a call, the tones will come through here. The LED light, the LED light down on the floor will kick on right back there. That will light up the whole room, and then we can determine which units we want to come through here. So because we have a safety officer, a truck, a brush truck, and a medic unit, well, if the medic unit gets a call, they don't necessarily want to wake up the ladder truck if we're not going with them. So we can turn their alert off. So there's the LED intensity. So I can scroll through each of the individual apparatus and turn them on or off so that I can get that alert or not get that alert. And because these rooms aren't set up specifically for riding seats, so the medic from one shift would share this room with me. He's going to want different rigs turned on than I would want turned on, so we can kind of pick and choose from there. And then we can set the audio. It can be pretty loud, but it gives you the kind of the idea of how loud the tones are going to be when they go off. So yeah, if those are new to this station, most of the other South Metro stations have those, and it's great for allowing us to get some sleep if we're not the ones specifically being called out.
Aerial medic response, assist response.
Tower 18, medic 18, test call, map page W23C at SM station 18, 401, Timbervale Trail. Tower 18, medic 18, test call.
Coming back down our hallway, this being the Legacy Littleton Fire Station, we have a lot of memorabilia from City of Littleton when they were a municipal fire department. So pictures from various incidents that we've had. This being, again, the Wildland Station, they're mostly pictures of the actual wildland events and some older apparatus, some older memorabilia from when Littleton firefighters were trying to petition for more funding. Some pictures of our station when it was under construction and when it was being built, and then when we had the additions put on, and then the crew that opened it from Littleton Fire. Yeah. And we'll go ahead and take you downstairs. So this is our fitness area / recreation room. So obviously as firefighters, our job is physically demanding, so while we're on shift, we have a full complement of fitness equipment that we have a great wellness team behind us that helps support us and helps keep us in the best shape that we can possibly be in. Part of that is working out while we're on shift, so We've got cardio equipment, strength training equipment, sandbags, rowers, really everything you would need to get any kind of good workout in while you're on shift. We've also got our ping pong table. Be on the next station Saturday. Hopefully do a better job than I did. All right, we got station 31. So you're up next, guys.
You have an interesting nickname. Your nickname is Whiskers.
Yes. So as you may have noticed from Mr. Hurst's fine work of photography on scene, for some reason over the last 6 months, I have been present on 4 fires that I've rescued cats from. So the guys got together and thought it would be pretty amazing to symbolize that, if you will. So they posted on the on my side of the truck, the Delta seat, little cat pictures underneath that, similar to your World War II fighter pilots for how many enemy planes they shot down. And A-Shift was kind enough to award me with a certificate of achievement for rescuing 4 cats from buildings, and they provided me with this wonderful emergency cat rescue belt for any future endeavors where I might come across a feline in distress. So I've got my nice little wand here that has a catnipped mouse and fluffy thing, and it goes in its little holster back here. I have quick detach catnip mice that if I need to, again, throw that out like a grenade on a belt there. I've got some emergency rations here for my emergency cat rescue friskies. Again, quick detach because, you know, when you're wearing all your bunker gear, it's kind of hard to get to things, especially with our gloved hands, so they wanted everything here to be easily accessible. Got some party mix here for some cats. So they just didn't want me to ever have an opportunity where I would miss grabbing a feline in distress. So thank you to A-Shift for setting me up with this, and this hangs up in our station as a symbol of pride for providing a service to the citizens and animals of Station 18 and Highlands Ranch.